What is up, everybody? This is Alex from IHE, and the idea for this video came from FatFarter69 from the suggestion thread over on the IHE subreddit. Something different, you say? Dibby tier list. So if you don't know what a Dibby is, it's a term I came up with years ago, and this is kind of the Urban Dictionary definition I plucked to help simplify it. A term that refers to a character or symbol within a franchise or stream of media that is used as a way to promote the brand. An example would be the Minions from Despicable Me or the Porgs from Star Wars: The Last Jedi. This term was coined by YouTuber IHE. He explained the definition of the term in his video titled Show Dogs: The Search for the Worst. So I spent ages saving and collecting about 70 of these, and I'm going to go through them one by one, ranking them from S tier to F tier. This targeted advertising is so... They've pinned me right down. This is... I'm so embarrassed. I'm going to reassess them at the end just in case there's anything that is too far out of whack, you know? And I'm just going to get this going. I'm going to plug a random one. Jawas from Star Wars. My gut tells me B. They're fine. They got their catchphrase, Utini. Got that look. I like the glowing eyes. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, feeling a solid B on that one. These guys are bringing attention to my eye. These are the dragon donkey babies from Shrek. I find these a little bit disturbing. Part of the Dibby allure is you want to look at them, you want to squeeze them, you want to cuddle them. But these things kind of freak me out. I'm putting these in D. Kind of a funny joke, but as far as good Dibby, there are frankly better ones in Shrek in this very list. Baby Yoda's caught my eye. I actually quite like Baby Yoda. Now, don't get me wrong, extremely manipulative. I get it, but as far as how he's achieved in the media that he's from, I like that when he's CG, they animate him to look like a puppet, and for a bunch of the close-ups, he is a puppet. Man, I'm gonna put Grogu in A, actually. For a while there, he sort of saved the brand before, I guess, wherever we are at with that franchise. Boo's catching my eye. I like her role in the movie, but because of the nature of when the film came out, there is something a little bit freaky about her. Especially when you blow up this image and look at it in more detail. Yeah, I honestly find that a little bit scary. So I'm going to put her in C. She's fine, but they're definitely better. Ein from Cowboy Bebop. I know I'm like British and I should have been twigged on to Corgis from, you know, the royal family and the Queen being obsessed with them when she was still around, but I was actually won over by them, by Cowboy Bebop, especially the episode with the mushrooms. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. I'm feeling it. Ein is a strong A. Cute, funny, I'm here for it. No S's so far, but there definitely are S's on here. I'm gonna grab a vehicle. This is the BMW Isetta, maybe the most Dibby vehicle to ever exist. I think it illustrates the concept of a Dibby extremely well, even though it's not even a living creature of any kind. I'm putting this in S. I think that's an S tier Dibby right there. I'm gonna get the Pikachus out of the way. You'll notice there are two. I'm gonna grab Fat OG Pikachu, S tier. Iconic. But conversely, I grab Ozempic Pikachu, redesigned, not as good as of a Dibby. I'm sorry. Still solid though. I get it. I'm putting him in B. How about Dobby? Dobby kind of feels to me like they realized that they needed a Dibby at a certain point, and they kind of, all they had was a slave elf. Weird connotations, especially in the book and in the movies, frankly. There's a lot of Dobby humor I enjoy. In the UK, he's especially just... He's just everywhere now, because as I say, he's one of the more marketable, quote-unquote, cute things to do with the franchise. Lord knows what he's going to look like in this HBO reboot. I think he's C. Let's do a classic. Let's grab Mort. He's a freaky guy. He's got lore. That's what's kind of bumping him up in my mind, actually, is that there are YouTube videos going into this guy's lore. He's got foot fetish. I'd recommend looking into that, because it's freaky. I feel like he's a strong A. Nice one, Mort. Minions, they're an F tier. Designed to be as simplistic as possible to animate. The franchise sucks. They're from just easy F tier, Facebook mom tier slop. And there are a few here that are kind of like proto-minions. I think of the singing slugs from Flushed Away. Not as bad as Minions, but definitely D tier. Pretty cringy. What else is proto-minion? There was something in here that I specifically was like, yeah, that's early DNA of Minion. There are too many. I'm getting choice paralysis, so I'm just going to grab a random one. Jar Jar. God, there's so many Star Wars ones. Jar Jar, he's just cursed. All of the enjoyment I get from this character is purely ironic. I think he has to go an F. Even though he has the Jar Jar is the key to all of this quite associated with him. Legendarily bad character. Let's even out the Shrek stuff. Grab Gingy. He's A. Easy peasy. He's got style. He's got substance. He has character moments. That's the kind of Dibby I'm looking for. Baby Groot. I'm personally not the biggest fan of Baby Groot. He's got a couple of moments, I guess. But I'm feeling C. My gut's telling me C for Baby Groot. The cat from Lightyear. The stereotype of these animated kids movies is to just plug in one of these even when it doesn't make sense. And for how, like, on the verge of grimdark that stupid, dumb, pointless, forgettable movie was, this kind of stood out as like a really... You really want to sell some merch here, huh? Only is an F because cats are pretty cute. Gonna surprise some people with this one, the Chows. Is that what they're called? From Sonic. Pretty good design. Not gonna lie. I think that's B. My issue with Sonic is not these little guys. Yeah, this is great. Getting some shape now. This is getting some texture to it. I like it. Who's next? I gotta go for my boy Morph. I think Morph is S tier. I'm sorry. I love Morph. Defying the stereotypes. Even at one part in the story has a significant relevance to the way the plot moves. I dig that. I dig when the Dibby is important to the plot in a way that you don't see coming. Seeing as we're on the S tier, I'm just gonna grab Gary, put him straight up there. No one can even debate with that. Mr. Poopy Butthole, not as into this guy as everyone else seems to be. I'm hovering around a CB right now. I'm feeling a C. I think he's okay. There are other Rick and Morty characters I think are better. Now this is what I was trying to think of, is the fucking rabbits, man. They're symbolic of a lot of things to me. Very reminiscent of the Minion thing. They're just like Rayman minions. But then the fact that they're from the Rayman franchise, where, especially those 2D animated Rayman games, they are so good. They are beautiful games. The fact he got sideswiped, he got sidelined in favor of these rabbids for so long, they go an F tier. I hate the rabbids. I'm gonna grab Paulie from The Sopranos. I'm not even gonna explain myself, but he's going S. And along similar lines, I've got Other Joe. If Angry Joe watches, you'll know he's the real reason you watch Angry Joe. I love Other Joe. He's an easy S tier, no questions asked. Here's another kind of like fine one, just like what you'd expect. The dog from Coco. That's C, it's fine. Not that memorable. Let's grab Gizmo, like a proto-Dibby, like an OG, part of the old guard of Dibbies. Easy A. Not my favorite, but I could see arguments for S for Gizmo. Let's get another vehicle in here, the classic Mini. Another Dibby car. Not quite as Dibby as the Isetta, but I think that's an easy A. The new Minis though, they are... They're no good. Let's grab this one, Karibo from YuGiOh. Solid. Not my favorite, I'm putting that in B. The actual, like, original design on the card is a lot creepier than what they did for the TV show, so I think B's fair for that. Who else is there? Let's grab this weird one, niche one. These weird little monsters from Valerian in the City of a Thousand Planets, an awful film made by a very creepy French dude. They are extremely plot relevant, in fact the whole plot is based around them, but not in a way that I like Morph. They're creepy looking, they make me scared. These are D tier. I'm gonna grab seals. Like, the animals are just seals. Like, this isn't a character from anything. This is just the animals, seals, because they're one of those Dibby animals in existence. They kind of just get S because so many Dibbies just kind of look like seals when they're at their best. Which kind of leads me into Doug from Up. Just kind of looks like a seal as a golden retriever. It's kind of amazing it took them that long to have a golden retriever character. Funny, prime Dibby. Going in B. Let's get a Moogle. I'm not sure which iteration of Moogle this is. I'm quite fond of Moogles. I like that there's different iterations of them depending on the version of Final Fantasy that you are familiar with or are playing. I think they're A. Scrat. Ice Age. While not my favorite, he is maybe the most iconic part of that franchise. I think he's an A tier Dibby as far as fitting into the definition of the concept. Another good one, an old classic, the aliens from Toy Story. Again, I'm feeling a solid A on them. What should we go to? I'm going to grab a Labubu. A newish addition to this kind of concept. They've taken the world by storm for some reason. Everyone's talking about them and dressing them up and spending way too much money on rare versions of them. Some of the 2D art from whoever, I don't know the lore particularly of like the artist who designed them or whatnot, but in the 3D form I find them creepy, especially when you take them out of their like fursuit effectively. They're an F tier, fuck Labubus. Wall-E. One of my favorite Pixar movies, a prime example of the main character being a Dibby. They actually pulled off a main character Dibby. He gets S tier. I love Wall-E. Rogue pick here. We got the worms from Men in Black. A little bit freaky. But you know what? They got screen presence. They've got charisma. They're A. You know, we're whittling this down nicely. Who's next? Another unusual one. John Marston, specifically from Red Dead 2. He's got Dibby energy in that game. I think I'm going to have to put him S. Yeah, he's an S tier Dibby. Well, seeing as I just did the worms, we might as well do another Men in Black character, Pawnee. One of the worst blockbusters maybe ever. Sucks so much, except for this this awesome character. So just like out of place and strangely designed, looks exactly like a pop vinyl. Such a bad character that it goes Jar Jar Binks, but then loops back round to being so just kind of cool. S tier. I'm gonna grab R2-D2. I'm quite fond of these robot Dibbies. I think R2 he's an S tier. His relation to the plot, his personality, his sound effects, his visual design, fun character. I like R2. I'm gonna get Stitch, a character I really didn't see having the renaissance that he's had. I like the original fine. It was never my favorite from that era. I prefer like a Toothless or something, who I should have really put on this list, I guess, but I don't know, it's full enough. Stitch is a B, got the Dibby voice. Again, it is the plot. Right, what else have we got here? Let's grab Spider Pig. I don't know. I'm just feeling D for Spider Pig. It's fine. Toad from Mario. Visually cute, then he opens his mouth and sounds kind of like Marge Simpson screaming. I'm gonna give a C. Random one here, these like chicks from that Angry Birds movie. Try hard cute, you're going in D. Bullseye, another Toy Story one. I like Bullseye, although it falls into that kind of annoying stereotype with these cute animals, is that they don't animate them like the animal they are, they animate just everything like dogs. I'm gonna go B. I'm gonna get Claptrap, I can go an F. Kind of like an annoying Wally, seeing as the curse is pretty much there. Ewoks, it's like a complete meme at this point, but I'm sorry, I can't be getting on with the Ewoks, man. They're F tier. Headcrab's an interesting one. I'm torn because I find them personally freaky, especially after playing Half-Life Alyx and seeing them up close and personal is just too far for me. But some people really love them and find them cute for whatever reason. I'm putting them in C. That feels like a good middle ground. Rooster from Moana, I think. Serviceable. Nothing too memorable to me. A bit more unique that it's like a bird, I guess. I like when they choose a more difficult animal that isn't just like a dog. I'm gonna go C, actually. Now, we've nearly filled up the S tier, but I'm seeing one that also needs to go in there from the same film, from Wall-E. Okay, it makes room, that's good. It's called Mo, I think. Just like kind of like a Dibby film. He gets his little side quest in the movie. Again, with the sound design. He's got to stay on these lines, and he defies the line he's got to, or that he's been cursed to follow. Really like his design. The cricket from Mulan feels very classic Disney type stuff. Again, picking a bug, making a bug kind of cute is a bit more of a challenge. Not my favorite, but I'm gonna put that B. Togepi from Pokemon. I like the design. I like this character. I'd actually put it above Ozempic Pikachu. I think this is an A. There are like probably countless Pokemon Dibbies, but these are what I kind of boiled it down into. The Kevin Hart rabbit from Secret Life of Pets. I just find Illumination's attempt to do this so like insincere and cloying. You're going after, you suck. So obvious. I'm also gonna grab if we're on a bunny theme, the bunnies from Kung Fu Panda. I think this is from the third one. Very Illumination feeling, just trash. They don't even really look cute. F tier Dibby. Then we're getting there. What about Grunt from Halo? Loads of good lines of dialogue. I like that it was the writer of the game that voiced them for so long. The lore that they're basically like the same height or if not taller than an average human. It's kind of freaky. Reminds me of a time when Halo was allowed to have fun with itself. They're B. I like grunts. They're the most satisfying to kill. Mr. Meeseeks, I think that's a more prime Rick and Morty Dibby. Played out as fuck, but I actually like Mr. Meeseeks. I rate him, putting him in A. Since we're doing Rick and Morty, I'm gonna grab Pickle Rick. Feels like a moment where it started losing me. You turned me into a Dibby, Morty! I'm gonna go D. Damn, we're nearly there. The little monkey from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Good ass movie. Not the best Dibby. The only monkey though I'm seeing here. I'm feeling a C. Bobby's S. You can't. S is shaping up. Like this is really doing it for me. Like looking up here. Another kind of boring Illumination Dibby. The dog from The Grinch. I'm a cute dog. You can go in D. But here's a cute dog that actually has some like character and personality to him. From Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. A funny character, good voice acting. That's some really good memorable lines. That's an A Dibby right there. Baymax. Not as attached to this character. I like that it's a robot guy. That's cool. It's like his brother living on and all this sort of thing. Really feeling a B or C for this guy. I'm gonna put him in C. He's good. The stars from Mario Galaxy. That's a good one. I'm feeling a strong A on that. Got another Star Wars one, BB-8. Very much just kind of living in R2-D2's footsteps. But the movie aside, I like the practical nature of him. I think the floating head on the ball is cool. This droid is not the issue with the new movies. This design could be in something cool, but I'm gonna say B for BB-8. Get it? This weird caterpillar thing from Trolls, the DreamWorks movies. Kind of an underrated one, like taking the Dibby concept so extreme with like the glitter and the little furry velvety thing going on. That's B. Right, we're down to the wire now. This thing from that movie Robots, a little bit too manic and freaky for me. I'm putting that in D. And similarly, these things, I don't even know what they're called, the drones from Megamind, if you want to call them that. They're fine. I'm going D. Right, I think the turrets from Portal are cool, and I like their voice. I like their gameplay mechanics. That's an A for me. Man, this is really shaping up, huh? The bunny from Curse of the Were-Rabbit, Wallace and Gromit. Funny, pretty cute. Feeling C, though. I should have got that weird, freaky Wallace-Rabbit hybrid. That's a scary Dibby right there. Right, let's grab this Borderlands thing. I don't even know what these are called. They're... If I want to be fair, I'll put them in C, because the like mask and everything is somewhat recognizable and iconic, but I don't like them. Right, 2 left. I'm gonna grab this one, quite a random one. Another vehicle. This is the Nissan S-Cargo. I guess Americans, they say Nissan, right? It's a car that looks like a snail. I very nearly bought one of these, like a Japanese import. They're just weird and different, and I think that's an A. Right, and finally, last but not least, my little bubby boy. Argy the Corgi, he's an S tier. Do you even have to ask? I think he's the reason I came up with the concept of Dibby, because he is the Dibby Prime. Man, I'm pretty happy with this list. I don't know if I really need to change much around. Let me just give it a good once-over. Let me look at this in detail. I'm pretty happy with this. The only one I'm a bit unsure on is Baby Yoda being so high, because just the kind of cynical Disney nature of him. Like modern Disney, I mean. Can you put him like low? Yeah. That feels a bit better. Yeah, so I guess that's my Dibby list. There are so many Dibbies, and there are some I even forgot. Let me know your list. I think I made a template out of this. If you want to make your own Dibby lists and put them on the subreddit or whatever. This went hilariously long for how stupid of a concept it is. Hope you enjoyed watching. See you on the next video. Bye!